Good evening, and next up on the auction block at the Graceland Galleries is a Nach H.F.Meyer flute. The flute came in a wood case, as you can see, and the wood was becoming very unstable. It was stabilized with this leather in a very crude manner. However, it was just to protect the instrument and maintain it. This flute came in dismal condition. It was purchased at an auction. There was a crack right down the head joint through the barrel joint. Obviously they were separate cracks or separate pieces. However, they were both cracked. It was done the right way, where the sound tube was removed from the wood, and the crack was repaired by squeezing it back together and gluing it appropriately, and then reboring the inside of the thing to an appropriate depth or circumference to receive the brass sound tube without it cracking again in the future. Same thing was done with the barrel piece, and it all fits together very nicely and snug. There were no problems with the wood on the body of the flute. The keys were in just awful oxidized condition. The pads were, if you touched the keys, the powder would come off of the pad from it disintegrating. So all of the pads were replaced. There's actually two of the smallest keys, these two right here actually, are padded a little bit differently than the rest of them because there were no pads available for this small of a key. All of the keys work now. When it was purchased, very few of them worked, and that's the first thing I had done to this flute. The keys themselves have been cleaned, but they haven't been. I've left some of the age to them. I did not want them fully cleaned. I think it gives it a little bit of character by having those a little bit of that age left. But there was too much dirt on there. It had to be cleaned up. The body of the flute was the finish was restored just by just basically it was cleaned up and polished to maintain that the look that it has. Both tenon corks were replaced, and the flute played kind of played from the get-go. It would play even with the crack in the head. I'm not a flutist, and I have no idea really how to play any instrument. However, I can get some noise out of this, so I will give you a sound test because I assume the purchaser is a flutist, and you want to hear what you're buying before you buy it, I would imagine. So excuse me if I'm just plain awful. So, that's our flute. The plug is in great condition. It's pretty close to where it's supposed to be, so I don't want to take it out. There is the tiniest of dings on the end of the end cap here. I doubt you can see it in the camera. It's slightly visible in person, but of no major concern. Like I said, the flute does play, and I'll send you off with maybe Mary Had a Little Lamb. Let's give Mary Had a Little Lamb a try. Like I said, I'm awful. Yeah, I know, I messed up. Thank you. Good luck bidding.